Right, time to round out the videos on these beauties that I've done for my lovely client Steve. They're all finished now. I've got to just rubber condition the woofers and the bass radiator on both, and a few little odds and sods, make the covers, but otherwise they're done. I'll put the pictures in of the crossovers I built. They are basically the same as the crossovers I showed in the design video. I've made a couple of little tweaks, but pretty minor, and really straight out the box they were almost there. A bit of polyfill, a bit of extra polyfill was needed inside the cabinets, and a couple of value changes, but pretty minor. So I could have lived with them as they were, but I just wanted to make some final little tweaks. I'll put all the measurements and bits and pieces in the at the end of the video. Sorry, there really isn't much more footage on these. My mum's been in hospital for the last couple of weeks, and it's kind of blown my schedule all over the place. So having the motivation to pick up a camera and film stuff, yeah. So I have taken lots of pictures, so I'll put them in. But I love the way these look. Really nice binding post on the back, lovely base radiator, our SP 1014 KEF B200 new old stock, a pair of HF 1300 16 ohm tweeters from my collection, probably the best pair I've come across, I've used in these. And Steve went for brand new 16 ohm Coles super tweeters, which you can still buy, and they're an amazing super tweeter. So that's what we've got with the bass radiator. KEF did a number of speakers with a passive bass radiator, the B139 bass radiator ABR, and their B200. So I've kind of followed on from that, but the bass radiator has just extended the bottom end of these really nicely. I mean, running test tones 30 hertz pretty easily. 25 hertz, you are pressurizing the room. They are really good. And the good thing with a bass radiator versus a port, so a port obviously is used to extend the range of the woofer by making use of some of the lost energy behind, making the speaker overall more efficient. If the port's not integrated well, you can get some of the back wave of the woofer leaching through that port, and some mid-range coloration sometimes. With a bass radiator you don't. They're a little bit more difficult to tweak, but there's no coloration in the midband because there is no midband to come through a port or anything like that. And these are clean. Listening to them yesterday, switched them on at 3:30. A number of beers later, I think we turned them off at about 8:30. Just fantastic. And I'm listening to them through the breaking in period, so they're only going to get better. And they're just lovely to listen to. The bass extension, the punch of the bass, the depth of the bass, just so musical. And they're really clean. No matter what you play, the separation between instruments, vocals, is just pretty incredible. That's the part that really stood out. They're tonally accurate, really nice to listen to. Beautiful highs, cymbals, upper parts of strings and things like that. There's not really much to fault. And I'll stick my neck out and say, of all the one-off builds, these are probably the best. I could live with this speaker all the time. There's nothing I'm missing out on, nothing I want. These are all there. They don't need any toe in, just fire them straight forward. Wide listening area, sat in the middle, they image beautifully. Yeah, what more can I say? They're just so enjoyable. As you can tell, I'm not a speaker reviewer, so I know what I'm hearing, and it's lovely. yeah, very pleased. Right, I'll stick a load of pictures in. I'm going to get on with the covers, and then finally they can go back to Steve. Yeah, they're really good, really good.